today and the last couple of months was understanding and really understanding the power of compounding interest. As I said in my other videos, compounding interest is, they say, is the eighth wonder of the world, and it's very boring. So, you're gonna put away money and you get some interest, and the first year, second year, third year, it's not much of a difference, right? Like, oh well, I could have used that money. Hey, and we're back today, and I really want to jump on today with, as usual, talking about personal finances. And those of you that follow me, I've really wanted to make it a great point and really make an emphasis on spreading a little bit of more of the word and knowledge of our personal finances and financial literacy. I know myself that ever since college, I really had a big inkling for economics and finances. And the older I've gotten, the more I realized that it's something that's not really talked about a lot. It's kind of like that elephant in the room. We know about it. We all use it in our daily lives. It's something that most of us don't really care or not comfortable speaking about it with friends, family, or even strangers. So talking about it here is kind of my way to show and hopefully create a community where we can all kind of help each other out when it comes to financial literacy and personal finances. So today I was reading an article where it states that millennials like myself, 1 in 4 of us are not putting money away for our retirement accounts, right? Granted, the recession that we had in 2008, pandemic we just had, as millennials, we have gone through, I think personally, a lot of ups and downs within a short amount of years. Maybe within about 10 years within each of these two kind of events that created job loss or economic hardship. So I don't think it's not an excuse, but the article was saying 1 in 4 of us are not putting away money for our retirement. Well, most of the millennials are, including myself, we are still trying to figure ourselves out, trying to figure out the careers, rebounding from job losses, student loans, career change, all these things that maybe the generation before us didn't have to go through. And hopefully Gen Zers watching this are learning from millennials and our trials and tribulations. At the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad thing because we learned a lot and we've become a lot more, if anything, more financial awareness as far as how and where and when to kind of learn more about how we personally manage our finances and the big impact it has on ourselves, our families, our friends, and even those around us. So the topic of 1 in 4 of us are not putting away money for retirement. And that includes myself. I was one of those. And it's very easy for most of us to get lost in life, right? Living our every day. We don't know what tomorrow, we might not be here tomorrow. So we kind of really live in the moment, which is good. And it has its great rewards, right? But I think for me, it's about getting over the fact that it doesn't have to be a large sum of your income you have to put away every single year to see, hopefully in the future, some type of returns. What changed for me, especially today and the last couple of months, was understanding and really understanding the power of compounding interest. As I said in my other videos, compounding interest is, they say, is the eighth wonder of the world, and it's very boring. So you're gonna put away money and you get some interest, and the first year, second year, third year, it's not much of a difference, right? Like, oh well, I could have used that money for something else. I could have gone on my vacation. I could have done so many other things that I would have had pleasure doing. But the whole concept is that time is your friend. And unfortunately, as we have been told by media and social norms, we don't like long amount of times because we're getting older, right? More hairs in your face, more saggy skin, wrinkles, right? Time is never our friend. But I think the difference here is when it comes to our retirement and putting money away for our future, our income and money, time is on your side. Time is your friend. The longer you're putting away, the longer you're investing, the more the chances of, not chances, but the bigger the pot gets. And it's something that is helped and is only accumulated because of time. And like I was reading the book today by Money Master of the Game by Tony Robbins, which I recommend that book greatly. He states that he gives an example of, if I asked you, how long would it take you to, or how much would you have in 18 years, let's say, if you doubled your money every year at a 10-cent rate, right? So, in the mind of anybody like myself, oh, that's nothing. You double it, 10 cents times, obviously you double it every year. It's not going to be much. But for the calculations, and if you do the calculations at home, doubling your 10 cent every single year for 18 years, at the 18th years is a whopping $13,000, right? That small 10 cents, right? So obviously we're talking about small numbers there, but imagine this in the grand scheme of things, in hundreds and thousands of dollars every year you're putting away for your retirement or for your future counts. Time is what really accelerates and speeds up the growth of your retirement funds or future monies. And if anything, I think that personally as millennials, we overlook that. We overlook the power of compounding interest, including myself. And I think this video would be great if it kind of reminds us that it doesn't have to be a difficult process. It doesn't have to be like we're sacrificing something and that we're not going to see in the future. We need to start implementing it more as a normal thing, that you put away some money inside for our retirements. Because if motivation for you is in financial independence, then hopefully when you're in your 70s or in your 60s, you have some type of monies that you can lay back and you can enjoy your life maybe a little bit more at ease, as opposed to not having any type of retirement savings for yourself. It's something that is not talked about in the minority community. It's not really talked about in communities that I was born in and raised in, especially in the urban communities. There's not really an emphasis on retirement accounts. We don't really, and I think we don't really even get really aware of it unless you work for companies that offer you 401ks, right? 401ks is like the only my introduction to retirement accounts. And although there's an ups and I have my mixed feelings about 401ks, they did implement the importance of putting away money for your retirement accounts for the future, for a later date. And I think even if it's not the greatest vehicle to get you what you want to be, at least having the habit of being able to set aside money and having that mindset that this is my retirement money, that I will see this money at a later date. It's a great knowing. They say you don't know what you don't know. And I think at this day and age nowadays, where especially, we don't understand what we're going to do in the future. Every day is changing. Putting away money for our future is a guarantee for ourselves that we might, we don't have to depend on the government or on others to be able to provide for ourselves. And that's kind of my motivation for my future. I don't know what yours might be, but if it's that, or if maybe it's financial independence, maybe you want to start investing as soon as possible and put away as much as possible so you can live off your pot, as I call it. That's also another idea. But just the fact that 1 in 4 of us are now putting away money for our retirement accounts is a very outstanding figure for me, because being a being a first, first generation immigrants, parents' son, I see the effects on my parents. They're getting older, and they didn't really prepare for their older age. They got lucky in the sense that they have their government helping them, and they have Social Security, and they have some pensions. But to be honest, nowadays a lot of jobs don't have pensions. That's kind of gone, right? We have 401ks, and that's pretty much the replacement of a pension. And it's up to us how much we invest, how much we put away, where we put it, how we invest it. So it's a lot of responsibility on us as well. So that means we have to start educating ourselves and really focusing on financial literacy, because it's all the cards have been put on our tables, right? And we have to kind of learn how to shuffle them and play the game. And that's kind of where I look at it, the way I look at it. So if you're looking at retirement accounts like a long gone shot, like I'm too young for that right now. The question, the actual reality is, the younger you start, the better. The faster you're able to, as I said, that doubling your money, the concept of time. So if you're a Gen Z and you're watching this, and this is why I'm making a video, you just left college, you just started a new job, putting away for your retirements is actually a great time to do it. The younger, the better. There's never going to be a better time than as young as you are. And I think I would say, like I said, I had a lot of experiences. I worked for corporate, and I worked for a banking institution. And my greatest takeaways was probably putting away some type of monies into my retirement accounts, because I've slowly but surely seen that money be able to grow. And that's not because I invested a whole lot of money in it, but it was more about the time it's had so far and how the compound interest is working at its finest. So the importance of us to put away some monies, if you have to cut back on your monthly lattes or whatever it is that they say nowadays that you're spending on, or maybe you have to give less gifts at the end of the year, and put that extra $500, $300, $1,000 into your retirement accounts. Something is better than nothing. But originally, if you want to get numbers and you want to get specific, I think they give numbers where relatively it's 10 to 15% of your income goes for your retirement accounts for a future date, right? And it's funny because a lot of us probably can't do that. If you have paycheck to paycheck and you have bills piling up. So I think personally you want to start with what you can do right now, but always have a motivation and a future date that you're going to start putting more away as maybe your income grows, or you learn, maybe you get a bigger side income, or you get a different career. So you're going to progress, right? This where you are right now is not permanent. So just starting now with the minimum you can, if it's 5%, if it's 2%, and growing it with time, I think it's going to help us in the future. So please don't let it pass you. If you never learn what a retirement account, do the due diligence and research. Go to your banking institution, open up the retirement account, whether it's an IRA or a Roth IRA, and start becoming part of this game, because if you don't play it, you will be left behind. I think that's the way it is. It's just a game. We got to play it. If we not, we'll be left behind. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope your retirement accounts are growing, and I hope you start one today if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Peace.